guys, I thought I would wear a mic today. It's a little bit windy out here and you can hear the cars way off in the distance, but I thought it would be a good video today to talk about loneliness. Loneliness is one of the most prevalent things on the planet right now, which is crazy, isn't it? You don't realize how many people are lonely. It just feels like with all the social media and things like that, you just feel like, how can people be lonely? There's so many things to look at, so many people to talk to, but it's actually not the case. But I'm Lisa and welcome to my 50s channel. This is just about life in your 50s, all the changes going on and all the ways that you can make your life better and feel happier. So today we're talking about loneliness and how it affects so many of us and we don't even realize it. But what I'm really talking about is how we can combat loneliness and how we can feel better. Just some of the things we can do to help ourselves. So I'm just going to go over a couple of things. I got my notes here as well just to help me remember. But so the first thing is connecting with others. It's really easy to start isolating ourselves, and I think I'm guilty of that. I'm quite happy being alone. And by the way, alone is different than lonely. When you choose to be alone, there's nothing wrong with that, but I personally can choose to do that probably a bit too much sometimes, and I can separate myself off from people, and I don't mean to. I just really enjoy being alone, but I'm actually making myself go out a bit more, and I'm going to something called a paint night, which is being held in the community. We just moved to a new community, and I don't really know anyone out here, so I thought, well, I'm going to this paint night. It's $30 for 2 hours. They supply everything. They teach you how to paint. And I thought, well, why not, right? So that's just a way to just get out and stop being happy being alone, which can make me lonely. So if you're looking for something like that, look around and see what is going on in your neighborhood. Like, you might be surprised what there is. I found it on a Facebook group for a little neighborhood. Another one is volunteering. Volunteering is good because it takes the focus off you and helps you think about someone other than yourself, which actually is super healing in other ways too. Like even for other things like grieving or sadness, when you reach out and help someone else, it just somehow fills your own cup. You're trying to help someone else, it's healing for you. So think about volunteering if there's somewhere that you could do that, even at the Humane Society or something. Number 3, meaningful hobbies. And this for me would be, what do you really love to do? So for me, I've actually tried to turn some of my hobbies into ways of making income. One of the things I really like to do is I like to make kind of like, they're called walking meditations, and I started making a lot of meditations for an app. It's an app called Teacher Insight Timer, and I'll put the link below. You can go on there for free. You can also get a paid subscription, and then you get, with the paid one, you get courses and stuff. And I've been at it probably for about a year, but I make a lot of meditations for it. But my meditations are more Christian-based, like not super Christian, just more faith-based than non. So because I just prefer to have them more focused on kind of meditative prayer, I guess is what I would call it. But like, find something that you love to do. Where I was going with that is I really enjoy making them, and it brings me a little bit of income, which has been fun. So it makes me feel connected into something. It said limit social media. When I read why, I thought it totally made sense. It says that social media can actually make you leave you feeling lonely and empty, because social media portrays all these friends and groups and people doing things, or you see other people. There's a group of ladies, and it's in this acting industry that I've kind of delved into a little bit, and you know, I was invited once or twice in the beginning and I didn't go, and I see them out and it does make me feel like I'm not part of something. And yeah, it's kind of funny because I kind of choose not to at the same time. When you watch social media, you always feel like you're not good enough, so you don't even try, right? So I'm now limiting social media for the first time. I just decided this week because I found myself, when I was alone, like if I'm alone in the evening, I will find myself going on TikTok or any kind of Reels, Facebook or whatever, kind of 8:39 at night, and that's when it begins, and I get sucked down the rabbit hole, and then there's a lot of negative stuff that comes through. It's like the AI is reading my mind and puts all this stuff that I really don't want to see and really doesn't uplift or edify me. So start to think about your social media and how you can limit it somehow. And another one it was saying is routine. So it's getting windy here. It says, oh, structure and stability. Stability actually really helps with loneliness. I'm not a huge structure person, but when you have more of a routine. It helps you feel a sense of accomplishment, which again redirects you from the feelings of loneliness. It gives you just more of a feeling of positivity. So that's actually really helpful. Another one would be practice gratitude. Focusing on the good and the positive in your life can really change your perspective. I have started to try to do a gratitude journal, and I also do gratitude meditations. Again, back to those sort of prayer meditations. Sometimes when you focus on the good, things get better, right? So just try to think about things that you're grateful for in your life and think about them a bit more. Where your mind is, that's where your heart is, right? And I've already touched on the mindfulness meditation. And the last one it was saying is also the pet. Now this one I say hesitantly. I have 2 dogs, and I think it's great to have an animal. I think any kind of animal. I had cats growing up. They can bring you love, but you have to be able to take care of them. If you have the ability and the time and the money, get a pet, because they are unconditional love. They love you no matter what, and they help you not feel lonely. But don't get one if you can't take care of it. Make sure you can. That's the only thing I want to say. But I hope this helps some of you guys today. Give me your thoughts below. I'll answer your questions. I want to know if you're feeling lonely and what you do to combat it. And let's share ideas down below, because like I said, I didn't realize how prevalent loneliness is, and even how I can be lonely. So yeah, I hope this helped you, and we'll chat soon. Thanks for listening today, and I hope you consider subscribing to my channel.